What's good, gentlemen? Welcome to my review for Terminator Dark Fate. Oh my fucking god, this movie. Yo! First off, I gotta say, woke trash? Really? Really? Woke trash. Something I've been seeing thrown around quite a lot when it comes to this film. I'm sorry, how is this woke trash? This movie, ladies and gentlemen, is a fucking masterpiece. I fucking loved, absolutely loved Terminator Dark Fate. Even when one with trailers, we had this one jackass say, "Stop catering to the SJW Hollywood political agenda and hop off the train on." Yes, because apparently having Linda Hamilton reprise her role as Sarah Connor, being the badass that she is, like she was in Terminator 2 back in 1992, you fucking idiots, is somehow a bad thing in its SJW rhetoric. Having a female here Terminator lead that's supposed to meant that protect the female leaders is somehow SJW rhetoric, even though this has been done before in previous Terminator films. Yes, this is all SJW rhetoric. Damn Hollywood. Fuck geeks and gamers. Fuck idiots like him, man. Jesus fucking Christ. These fucking idiots. I swear the dude's part of our has made 10 videos already, probably bitching about this line, that line, and John Connor's cameo appearance, in which we'll talk about that in a second. Anyway, so enough of me ranting. Let me just talk about the movie and why this movie is honestly the best Terminator movie since T2. Hell, yeah, you guys know me. I fucking love Terminator. Terminator is my fucking shit. Terminator 2 is my favorite film of all time. Hell, I'm wearing my Kenny Omega Terminator Bullet Club shirt. I saw this when I wore this when I watched the movie because I was like, oh, I have to wear this shirt. So I love it. You guys know me. I fucking love Terminator 2. And I love Terminator 1, yo. I won't lie. I might actually like Dark Fate more than the first film. Low key, I might actually. A part of me wants to T1 is better, but yo, it comes dangerous because they're at the very least, I would say, probably tied for second place. As, you know. But I have to give my man James Cameron props because, he did, because, this movie had his direct involvement in. He was directly involved with this one since the rights finally reverted back to him after what happened after Genesis. And my god, man, yo. Like, this movie was just, like, the man has done the impossible. I never thought you could really do a sequel to T2 without it coming off like a slap in the face to Terminator 2 like T3 was. That I don't like Terminator 3, like, it's a fine action, but I hate the movie just for the fact of how it just spits in the face and it's just a massive slap in the face to the perfect ending that was Terminator 2. Terminator 2 is the best ending ever in film, period. It had the best ending. That is where Terminator should have been. But no, of course, they got to keep it. Now this one, I like what they did here. They made it feel like this is actually has a purpose, It doesn't feel like it's just a massive slap in the face for Terminator. This feels like it belongs, not just a bullshit cast grab. I love what they did, how they managed to connect it and make sure that Judgment Day sort of still happens, but not the same Judgment Day that we know of. Which I just love the fact they did that, man. How they did it. It was fucking amazing. So let's just jump right in. So the movie is directed by Tim Miller, who of course directed Deadpool, which you can definitely say this movie definitely feels like it because the actresses were very much like they were in Deadpool. And stars my girl, the badass herself, Linda Hamilton, Arnold motherfucking Schwarzenegger, Mackenzie Davis, Gabrielle Luna, Natalia Reyes, Diego Bonte, and many more. And the plot of Terminator Dark Fate takes place after the events of Terminator 2. Danny is now the new target for the new Terminator, and of course, what was her name? Grace has to come in there and protect her, and Sarah Connor comes in there like a fucking entrance, man. When she comes in there in the truck and just it's so fucking epic, man. I love her. I love Linda Hamilton, this movie, so let me talk about the positives, Linda Hamilton, man, this woman is a fucking beast. I love Linda Hamilton here, man, like, The writing was strung out across the board, man. But yo, Linda Hamilton, this woman steals the show every time she's on screen. She has such a command presence, man. She has not lost a step since Terminator 2, man. She is still just as a badass as she was in Terminator 2, man. And, it was so nice to see Linda Hamilton back as Sarah Connor. Because my God, that woman, yo, Linda Hamilton, man, she's a fucking beast. The rest of the cast was great as well. Arnold Schwarzenegger was fantastic. I love what they did with him because in the trailers they made it seem like he's just another T-800. He's not just any normal T-800. I love what they did with Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm probably actually going to be doing a little bit of spoiler discussion after I'm done talking about my spoiler-free review in this video to go a little bit more in depth of what I really dug with us, with how they managed to do a sequel to T2 while I'm not completely shitting on the ending, because you guys, I fucking love that ending, man. So Linda Hamilton was fantastic. Arnold Schwarzenegger was great. The new cast members like Grace and Danny, they were both fantastic, man. They were great. I wouldn't say they were as good as Arnold and Linda Hamilton, but they were still fantastic in their own rights. And I also don't get how we have 3 female leads, and that suddenly means it's an SJW rhetoric, because Danny is a fucking badass at the end of the movie. She has her Sarah Connor moment, and it's fucking epic, man. I was cheering on. See, Danny is an example of a female-led character done right. This is how you write strong female characters, not like this bullshit, not that SJW bullshit. Nah, this is how you do it. This is how you write, because if you got me cheering her on while she's hitting a Terminator, then you've done your job really well there, good sir. So they were great. The new Terminator that they got here, which I forget the exact name of it, was the N9, I think it was. I'm probably forgetting. Excuse me. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called, or something along those lines. Anyway, I love the CGI work on that Terminator, man. It looked fantastic. What else did I love with this movie? Because my God, this movie's a fucking masterpiece. The music, their version of the Terminator theme. Oh, I love it. I love the new rendition of the Terminator theme, and the Terminator theme to me is the greatest movie theme ever conceived by man. Nothing is better than that theme. That theme is the greatest movie theme ever. Nothing is better. You can't throw me any other movie and say, nah, this theme is better, and I would say yes to that. Nah, Terminator is the greatest theme ever made. You'll be hearing the new theme in the background for this video, guys, and it's so fucking good. What was his name? Junkie XL did the soundtrack. He was fucking good. The soundtrack overall was fucking epic, man. Fucking epic, man. I already mentioned how I love how they managed what this new rendition of it, what they do, how this connects to T2 without destroying the ending. But I won't go into that because that's a bit spoilery. One other thing I gotta praise is the ending. I'm not gonna talk about the ending for hours, but I'll just say the ending is such a massive tribute and homage to T1 and T2 that it almost brought a tear to my eye, man. I'm not even joking with that. I love the ending, man. It was just such a great homage to T1 and T2, man. I was just like, yes, I was just nodding my head, listening to the Terminator theme, being like, yes. And the second half, like the first half was great, but the second half, that's when James Cameron came in there, man. That feels like a James Cameron movie right there. And from the second half onward, man, it was so fucking good. Now, let me talk about the mix, because this movie did have a problem. But my problem with the movie is one that I can't really talk about here in the spoiler-free discussion because it's a bit of a spoiler. So, we all knew that at that, I want to say around Comic-Con. I want to say it was at Comic-Con, maybe a little bit later, maybe a little bit later than that, after Comic-Con. James Cameron and Tim Miller announced that Edward Furlong would come back and reprise his role as John Connor. They announced this at Comic-Con, and I'm sure all of us were excited. We're like, yeah, John Connor's back too, man. This is going to be fucking epic. We're going to see her and Sarah Connor kicking ass and taking names. He's in the first 5 minutes, and that's it. And what they do with the first 5 minutes really pissed me off. I was like, really? You brought him back for this? Really? Really? You brought him back for this? Really? This is some fucking bullshit. What the fuck am I watching here? This is some bullshit. I agree with Jeremy Johns right here. That what they did in the first 5 minutes was some fucking bullshit, man. I hated it. I was like, what the fuck? Come on. Really? Really? But James Cameron proves why he's the GOAT once again, because he actually made it work. Somehow, I still don't like it. I still don't like that they went in that direction, because I think it's stupid. You didn't need to do that with John Connor, what they did with him. And some people were saying that they did for woke points. I don't understand how. Like, how would what they did with John even, like, be like, yeah, dude, yeah, I'm glad that, yeah, fuck John Connor, Like, I don't get how that's done for woke points. Like, what were they going to get praised on? Like, that makes no fucking sense. But whatever the case may be, I hated it. But like I mentioned before, James Cameron somehow made it work, and I didn't hate it as much as I had when I first watched when the first 5 minutes start. After those first 5 minutes, I was like, what the fuck is this bullshit, But once the T-800 gets introduced, James Cameron made it work, and I actually didn't mind it as much. I still didn't like it, but I didn't mind it as much. And what else? I'm trying to think. I think there was something else that I didn't really like about the movie, but for some reason I just can't think of it. Damn. Damn. I swear there was something else I didn't really like, but for some reason I can't remember what it was. But maybe it'll come back to me later. Anyway, so with all that being said, I'm going to end the spoiler-free discussion, the spoiler-free review here. Give you guys my final verdict, and then we're going to jump right into spoilers. So if you guys have not seen Terminator Dark Fate and you want to, I will highly recommend you guys check it out. I won't lie, some of you hardcore Terminator guys will probably end up hating this movie, or at least hating aspects of it, because of what they do. But I think most people, now, me personally, I would say I'm a hardcore Terminator guy, because you guys know I love Terminator 2 so much. I didn't mind what they did, and I even, like I mentioned before, I love this movie. But I can understand if a lot of other big Terminator guys, like a lot of hardcore Terminator fans, end up hating this movie, or at least hating parts of it. I can see why. So I would recommend you guys check this movie out if you have not already. If you're a fan of Terminator, I would definitely say you can check it out. I'll definitely tell you it's way better than Genesis. I ended up loving Genesis. I thought it was great, but man, this movie completely shits on Genesis if you ask me. So my final verdict for Terminator Dark Fate is a 10 out of fucking 10. I fucking like before this. I might actually like this more than T1. So man, this movie was just so fucking good, man. So anyway, I'm gonna end it here for spoiler-free discussion. We are now gonna jump into spoilers right now. So, guys, have not seen Terminator Dark Fate? Click off. So let's jump right in. So they kill John Connor in the first 5 minutes. Yeah, that pissed me off. First of all, I gotta say, the de-aging CGI, holy fuck, it was so good. Like if you told me, oh yeah, they filmed that right after they were done filming Terminator 2, or while they were filming Terminator 2, I would believe you. Like, Linda Hamilton looks the exact same as she did in T2, and John Connor looks the exact same as he did back in T2. Like, he looks just as young as he did there, and I'm like, what the fuck? How does he look this young? Like, the de-aging CGI looked really good, man. It looked really good. But then again, this is James Cameron talking. That man, along with Disney, have like damn near unlimited supply of money when it comes for computer generated for CGI. See, I mean, just look at Alita Battle Angel, as well as Avatar. So, and I was like, when I saw this first film, I'm like, really? You brought Edward back for this? Because I saw expecting that we were going to see him teaming up with Linda Hamilton. Because I was like, hell yeah, because when they announced he was coming back, I thought they were going to have him do that, but not just kill him off in the first 5 minutes. I thought that was some fucking bullshit. But then we get introduced to Arnold in the second half. We find out, and he was indeed the same T-800 that ended up killing John Connor in, I think it was the Bahamas, I think they were in, or Panama. They were in like Panama, and the dude, and he just shotgun, and he just shoots John Connor with like a couple of shotgun blasts and kills him. I was like, this is some fucking bullshit. You bring John Connor, you do this to John Connor, but then they bring him in there, and the Terminator, which I thought this was really interesting. It kind of goes back to T2. You guys remember in T2 around this? They mentioned how the Terminator could start. Now, yes, they also mess around with the CPU chip and stuff, to where that the Terminator could actually start learning human emotions and learn how to, I guess, feel. Like in the end of T2, he says, "I now know why you cry, but this is something I could never do." Like, that happened more naturally here because they prevented Skynet. Skynet never happened. Instead, another organization or whatever called Legion came up there, and the future that we know, or the future that we ended up seeing, still happened. The Terminator still came in there and ransacked the place, ransacked the future, not because of Skynet, but because of Legion. So yes, Terminator 2's ending still is canon somewhat. They did prevent Judgment Day, which I liked. I like that they kept that. Not that bullshit, oh, you just delayed Judgment Day shit from Terminator 3. Fuck that bullshit. They actually did prevent Judgment Day and Skynet. Thank you! And since the man pretty much didn't have a mission at this point, the Terminator had no more orders because Skynet was already destroyed because, they killed the T-1000 and Arnold, and the T-800 and T-2 sacrificed itself. The Terminator, this new Terminator, this T-800 had nothing more to do. He had no orders, so he just kind of sat around, met this woman, and they started a family together. And from that, he learned what he took from Sarah on that day. And we see in the scene, man, kind of grew conscious almost, or as much as a robot could, and he started to really start like growing feelings almost. And watching that kind of whole that section we see in his house, and just Sarah's reaction to when she sees that it is indeed the same T-800 that killed John. Like, the acting from Linda Hamilton, man, was fucking fantastic. Linda Hamilton was on her fucking A game here, and that whole section where she's interacting with the Terminator is just great. It's a lot like how it was in T2, but I would say upped a lot, because from there it was just a hatred of like, you are a machine that could snap at any moment. I'm not gonna trust you. It was that distant distrust they had, but they eventually learned to trust her. And then she just straight up hates the Terminator here because it killed John. And it was just so great when Linda, like, as soon as she grabs out her shotgun and then she wants to kill it. It was such a great thing to watch, man. And I love, like I mentioned before, what they did with the future. Instead of it being Skynet, it's now this new thing called Legion. And Grace, when Sarah explains what happened with Skynet and everything, because it also started the movie off with that footage of her in the interview where she's like, they fall away like trees unless they have 2 billion sunblock. It's gonna be a pretty bad fucking day, that whole stuff. And I love that, man. I love that they opened with that, man. I was like, yeah, we in this, boy. It's Terminator back again, man. But anyway, so that's what I was saying. Yeah, so Linda comes back, and they did great. She looks at her clearly like, what the fuck are you talking about? There was no Skynet. What are you on about? And he says, what really happened was this stuff called Legion. She's like, these fuckers don't never learn. And I love that she said that, man. And there was also some other great lines, like when Sarah asked why Danny needs to be protected. At first they assume that it's because she's like Sarah, where she is going to give birth to the savior of the resistance. She is going to give birth to the leader, the next John Connor. And they're like, she says, "You're not the most dangerous. You're not the target. It's your womb." I love that line, and I'm sure Geeks and Gears already made 10 videos about like, "Oh, this is SJW rhetoric." It'd be like, or that scene where Grace says, "Who said you could look at my private parts?" When they do X-rays of her, like, "Oh, SJW rhetoric." Fucking idiot. God, I hate that guy. Ugh. Anyway. So, it then revealed at the end of the movie that Danny she doesn't give birth to the next leader of the resistance. She is the leader of the resistance. And when it finds out, and Sarah's like, "You're John. You're the next John." And it was so, once she finally learns that. And there's also the scenes where they like, there are also these great jokes, like they go into Arnold's place. He has like the shed, and it's just full of an arsehole. He's like, "I am prepared in case the world does go to shit, so I can protect my family." And he also says, "Because it's Texas." And I just start laughing my ass off at that, be like, like, because it's Texas. I love, like, also there's this one where she gets a handgun, she's shooting, and her aim is completely fucking shit. But then Sarah gives her like an assault shotgun and says, "Your family just got murdered by a machine. What do you do?" And she suddenly has perfect aim. I love that, man. But anyway, I loved at the end of the movie once she like realizes that she's indeed the next leader of the resistance, and after she ends up having to use and after she pretty much kills Grace after taking their power cord out, because that's what they gotta do to stop this new Terminator that in this movie. I love how she's just like, "You fucker," and she's hitting her with shotguns and just starts hitting the machine with the like the barrel of the gun, like with the stock of the gun or whatever the hell the back part of the gun is, just starts hitting her with that, just swearing and saying in Spanish. It was such a badass thing. I was cheering on like, "Yeah, fuck him up!" And then she like stabs her, and then the T-800 comes out like a fucking beast and just like and the theme is, and the Terminator theme is playing. Oh yeah, I remember what else I didn't like about the movie. There was this one scene where they got the Terminator theme playing. Arnold is getting suited up. He picks up these sunglasses. I'm like, yeah, motherfucker, let's put them on, and they just puts him down. I'm like, fuck you, James Cameron. Come on, man. I'm like, fuck James Cameron, dude. Like, he gets me so excited. I'm like, yes, put on the sunglasses, and then he does it. I'm just like, what the fuck, man? That's some bullshit, you know. But anyway, I love the ending here. From after that, the T-800 sacrifices himself again to save Sarah. And just the way, and just the shots, like there were so many shots that looked like they were just ripped like right out of those shots from Terminator 2, but just the characters were switched, and the Terminator theme was playing, and then they also had the ending where you see the present Grace, and she's like, I'll never want her to die for me again. And it's so similar to T1 and T2, man. Such a great homage to those two movies, man. I just hope there's not another sequel, because you did it. You've done the impossible. You made a sequel to T2 that is actually worthy of standing alongside and not being just a done cat grab. Do not make another Terminator movie. You have done it. You have done the impossible. If you're going to make another one, for the love of God, have it take place in the future. Like Salvation. Okay. So yeah, man. That's about all I got to say with Terminator Dark Fate, man. I personally love the movie. Tell me down below what did you guys think of the movie. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Did you think it was okay? Where is this movie rank in your list of the Terminator films? And yeah, man. So, I'm going to end it here. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, flag, and links down in the description box below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time.
She's